Hi, I'm Irish filmmaker Robert Stanley.
No visitors or nothing.
And I'm here opening up a crowdfund for my next short film, Zero Me. Zero GoFundMe, if you will. Honestly, whatever happens, we are making this film, and the fund is just in place to get a bit of money towards production, which will be completely unfunded otherwise. So, like, anything we get to help, really. Like, even if it's just like €4 for a multi-pack of crisps for the craft service table. That's something great, honestly. Zero Me is an experimental horror short. It's about a guy who joins a paranormal investigation agency just for something to do, and then ends up getting in way over his head on his first real job. He gets sent into an abandoned house in Leash and told to put down this alien presence. He goes in and he meets this thing that poses human but argues anyone it comes across into giving up their humanity. A thing from the dark between the stars that sees itself as on board in humanity for beyond the end of the universe. I think this is like my version of Hellraiser. That was a low-budget film that created an alternate dimension in an English suburb. This is a no-budget film that creates something cosmic in an Irish farm. I like films that draw from a sense of the turmoil from the time they're created in, and I like to try that too. I was thinking specifically of the kind of pressurized anxiety that hangs over people in their late 20s in my country these days for a variety of reasons. I'd like to do something that draws from the mood of that without being didactically about it. So I went looking for something I could use to translate that current sense of doom into fiction. I read a lot as a kid, and one time I opened up this book and the first page is about the Mayan doomsday prophecy of 2012. I read about half the page and then I flicked to the next chapter, and every time I went back to read the book, I'd always make sure to pinch the first few pages so I didn't have to see that again. But the damage was done. From that point on, for a while anyway, I had a very tangible fear of the end of the world. Later I heard about this upcoming experiment that had a non-0% chance to create a black hole and end the world. And I became pretty fixated on this from the few weeks to me hearing about it to when I knew it was happening. And I pretty much did convince myself that the world was going to end. The big day comes and the apocalypse is happening at small break. I couldn't talk to anyone about it because I knew I was being an idiot. So I just withdrew from football that morning and kind of drifted up the far end of the yard. I was just standing under this tree by this old crumbling wall and just waiting to see what would happen. And I decided to shake the film around, trying to catch just a little bit of what I felt like standing under that tree. I rolled up a big ball of films, edits, ideas, memories. I kept what felt right and whittled down the rest into something that I do feel catched a little bit of that sense of modern dread that I was interested in exploring and kind of stilling into a film. I want to make something with intensity to it. Something that lets me try a load of different cinematic ideas that I really want to get into. Something that lets me make a film with a tar black night atmosphere. A film that's frenetic and a bit black metal. This is a film I've had in my mind to make for a good while now. I first came in here about a year and a half ago to cam up a fight scene for Liam. And when I came in here, I just instantly knew I wanted to shoot a short film here. This building looks like a mental breakdown to me. And there's an intense kind of expressionist film I've always wanted to make. And I knew I had found a place to shoot it when I came in here. We have a very cool team so far. I am co-director, writer, editor, and actor. We have Mick Bean here as DOP and co-director. Mick is a tremendous DOP and brings a full-frame red Komodo to the project. We have the actress Connie Alves Blanco in a lead role. We have the very cool artist Rebecca Deegan here in a supporting role. We have Aoife Moore-Terry on sound. And Liam Delaney of Midlander Media is on board as assistant gaffer and location manager. And everyone's up for trying something different, thank God. So, pre-production is well underway. There's also a video I made a while ago of me trying to figure out the atmosphere for this film, if you're curious to find more about the vibe of it. And apart from that, thanks so much for watching, and any donations and shares are greatly appreciated.